On the vast grasslands of the African savanna, where the golden sunlight bathes the dry earth, a primal struggle for survival unfolds between the dominant force and opportunists. A male lion, with its majestic golden mane, stands guard beside its hunting prize, a zebra amidst churned grass. Its unwavering, cold gaze observes the slightest movement of the strangers lurking in the distance. Those were the lynxes, predators with their instinctive gliding movements, waiting for the lion's movements. The 15-foot distance between them was not just physical space, but a red line between life and death, a safe place fraught with invisible pressure. One timid lynx stopped, its ears perked up, perhaps strained, ready for a lightning-fast retreat if the lion made even the slightest move closer. The pristine nature is authentically reborn in every moment as the lion plows down, its sharp golden rings piercing the prey's body. The forceful struggle de deliver blood to the show a brutal spectacle, yet enough in this land. When the lion roars, the deafening noise reverberates like a stern warning, shaking the surrounding air and blowing away dry grass, forcing the hyenas to stop instantly in instinctive fear. Territorial control isn't solely determined by strength. It's ultimately decided. A male lion, having asserted its dominance, uses its powerful jaws to drag a heavy zebra deep into the tall grass, creating a long, makeshift enclosure. This is an attempt to conceal its achievement from the greedy eyes of those who might be eyeing the top spot of the food chain. Sometimes, after the move, it lies on the grass, slowly, its gaze sweeping across the savanna as if inspecting its territory. In the distance, the hyenas remained undeterred, gathering in groups. Their distinctive cries echoing in the air, their shadows stretching across the grey sky, awaiting even the slightest opportunity. While the lions, preoccupied with the swirling bloodstains on their front legs, their manes disheveled by the sun and wind, the hyena's presence was put to the test. We cautiously approached when we saw the predator distracted, its heads lowered. This battle repeats itself like an endless cycle of nature. When the lion leaves, the hyenas immediately take over the wilderness, replacing the majestic with warmth and the quiet with noise. Yet the male lion's position remains absolute. It stands tall, staring directly at its enemy, a powerful gaze that forces the hyenas, however numerous, to maintain a safe distance. When the lion charges, a powerful burst of muscular strength tears the air apart. After each chase, the lion returns, standing gracefully with its mane flowing. A portrait of victory, a ruler beyond dispute. Finally, as the screen gradually envelops or the changing length of the light burns away the entire scene. Order is restored. The lion lies beside its spoils, while the hyenas watch from afar, accepting the established order of this wilderness, where strength and resilience together create an immortal epic of life. Continuing the epic saga of the wilderness, the sun begins to turn a brilliant orange, illuminating the majestic style of the savanna. The male lion is not just a predator. It is a symbol of order, a pillar that all other creatures fear. As it lies by the zebra-strewn shore, its muscles bulging beneath its skin, protected by a golden yellow strength, every movement slow yet imbued with latent power. Facing it, the hyenas were no longer arrogant predators, but mere shadows in the twilight. We wandered around, our eyes escaping a thirst for prey but restrained by primal fear before the lion's might. The tension in the air was like a taut string, waiting for a clap of thunder to shatter into a brutal chase. Each clean sweep of the campaign scattered across the grass was proof of a feast over. And now, the play of the landscape began anew. The hyena's display was sheer numbers, while the lion's power lay in its posture. Though alone, the lion's imposing presence, like a living monument high above the sky, was enough to intimidate its rivals. Its roars and vibrations not only resonated through the air, but also penetrated the hyena's instincts of fear, causing them to stand still, observing from a distance with a submissive stance. The vast space seemed to shrink around the lion's comfort zone, where it exercised absolute control. No concessions. No sharing, that's the harsh rule that has existed for millions of years on this grassland. As the last rays of the day begin to fade, the male lion rises, stretching on its shoulders like a storm, its mane flying in the evening breeze. The hyenas, realizing they no longer have a chance to access their spoils, begin to guide and retreat into the shadows, restoring peace to the king. Having settled the matter, the silent master returns to the savanna. As the twilight faded, returning the space to the starry sky and the cold night winds of the steppe, the order on the battlefield remained unchanged. The male lion lay there, its solid mass blending into the color of the dry grass, its presence an absolute wall separating life and death. The hyenas, though exhausted and thirsty, did not go too far in their conflict. They lurked in the waterlogged bushes, their eyes gleaming like glowing embers in the night. Looking towards the conference's destination with a fragile glimmer of hope. The lion advanced gently, its amber eyes fixed on the darkness where its enemies lurked. No movement was needed. A mere glimmer of light would be enough to remind the hyenas of the impending end, even if they crossed the line. The system of values, Ere wasn't measured by quantity, but by quality, by the scars on its nose, and by the strength forged through hundreds of harsh survival battles. This confrontation is not just about food, but also an endless battle of wits between the predator and the scavenger. The hyena, with its boundaries, tries to move in increasingly narrow circles, attempting to create false noises to distract the lion, but the male lion completely ignores such games. It focuses on protecting its own life force, its function still firmly holding onto a large, powerful weapon.
Incredible. Is he looking right at us?
Don't move. I think I got the shot.
The lion let out a low, rumbling growl, not a distant sound like the daytime noise, but a low, menacing warning that resonated deep within its throat. Each time, the hyenas retreated, their cries mingling to create a cacophony of frenzied, helpless cries. We understood that as long as the puzzle remained, all plans were futile. Time continued to pass, slowly and steadily, testing the safety of both sides. Then, as dawn broke, the crimson horizon, with its first rays of light, saw lions, horses, and pythons with their long, powerful legs before taking slow but commanding strides around the carcass of their prey. They didn't sweat. They took advantage of the presence of their systems. The hyenas, after a long night enduring the oppression of their authority, began to disperse in small groups, abandoning their intention to fight and returning to their cyclical lives in other lands.
You're pulling too hard, save some for me. Then bite down harder.
The lion watched them, its gaze devoid of generosity but no longer wary, for it knew the battle was over. As the sun rose higher, casting its long shadow on the ground, the male lion returned to its purpose, finishing its unfinished feast. The savanna returned to its usual rhythm of life, where might makes right. And survival is the most fitting reward for those who face danger head-on. The story of the ruler and the hyena pack once again became a legend. The wild world is never still, and as soon as the brilliant dawn awakens the savanna, the scene transforms into a dramatic stage for those in control. The male lion, having guarded its prey through a long, tense night, now engages in its defense under the intense sunlight. No longer in a defensive posture, it stands tall and proud, its mane a radiant halo, each strand of fur gleaming in the golden sun.